time and time again. Their patience to be so relaxed under this kind of pressure is what does them so well, and keeping the ball back and just keeping the pressure on, keeping the supers ticking over is where Guille is going to thrive, especially in that mid control. And I do worry as we see them starting to gain control of the mid, forcing back Reply Totem now.
Yeah, well, AC Milan Clash being forced back at the moment. Guille stuck in the goal. Chaos taking a lot of damage with the ball, but just doesn't really know where to turn to. Trying to dodge Mr. P and B at the same time. Doing a pretty good job, but is going to have to let go of the ball and try and spit some damage out. Chaos falls, and Reply Totem might be able to score here. In fact, what am I talking about? They definitely can.
Mary, you absolute man, lad. That was a fantastic display of just multitasking right there. The double takedown again. The follow-up Mori is absolutely on point right now and continuing his reign over the Clash spawn. They can just hold control here. They haven't even got to score because a lot of time passed in that early stage. The pressure now really is all on AC Milan Clash to respond, and they are doing a semi-decent job of pushing their way back up here. Maori again, though, connecting shots is the threat, and yeah, I've got to say, doing a great job with this B pick.
Yeah, it's working out. Sol stuck in the goal and is going to go down to Guille, but with 14 seconds left and an open goal, it's not going to matter. Reply Totem take their second win. And I just want to point out, another reason to get frustrated by Mr. P is that game, you know, I said they might be able to score and then they definitely will. The reason I said might is because I thought there was a brawler in the way. It wasn't a brawler, it was the turret. But I could just see the top of the circle and how far. So I didn't know that it was just the turret. So I was like, maybe it's going to get defended. And then, oh wait, there's no one there. What am I talking about?
You never know.
Thanks for that, Mr. P.
You know, like future updates in Brawl, you know, maybe they'll start to give various turrets and other things personalities and abilities to even make a shot on goal, but not quite yet, unfortunately. But at the same time, I mean, you know, Reply Totem are just doing fantastically well at responding. I know I keep saying this, but I mean, you know, it's very rare with a team like AC Milan Clash to be able to put up this kind of a fight to the pressure that they are exuding. And you know, if you took any of the games that Clash have won today and kind of isolated that, especially in this series, they are not performing badly. I mean, they are really putting a ton of pressure, and Reply Totem are standing up to the heat.
Yeah, they are. It has to be said. In fact, I'm now maybe having to eat my words a little bit, Ark, because Reply Totem are ahead. Now, I've been convinced that AC Milan Clash are going to be the better team here. Maybe I'm wrong, and it's going to be the Slambulance comp almost from both sides, with a little sneaky Max subbing in for each. It's a bit crazy that both teams have gone the same way. BB, managed to score?
Oh!
Goal!
Beautiful from I mean, that was so close to call. I had my heart in my mouth just a little bit there. But at the same time, look at the amount of aggression that Max brings to the mix here. As straight on the defense of the goal are Reply Totem now in Clash. I guess with the pick up, it's going to be a return goal, Falcone.
What is happening? Very nice there. Chaos is VV starting with the bubble, going to deal a lot of damage with that, and now Max pushing teammates forward. Chaos swinging. Reply Totem can't stop this, and AC Milan Clash are going to get the win. These Slambulance games are, you blink and you miss them, honestly.
I mean, on Backyard Bowl of all maps, that's not how you normally see that particular Brawl map play out at all. It's normally, you know, your long-range brawlers and you're kind of both fighting to get kind of super fast over the mid, but I mean, like, yeah, it's really interesting to me that both teams are so in sync with the kind of, I don't like to use the term rock, paper, scissors, because I think that's kind of far too limited a term to describe the pro scene. I think there's certain ideas which teams will go for a lot. So that's why you tend to see the sort of tank heal approach, but never really do you tend to see like both teams go with a bit of a high risk, high reward pick like that in Backyard. And I mean, it made for a really exciting match and one that I didn't expect in this map.
I love it. I love it when that happens. I love it when we're just surprised by a composition, especially like the crazy scenario where actually both teams decide to do the same thing. It obviously worked out for AC Milan Clash, which is even more exciting because it means that we have an even match going forward. The score is 2-2. Each team needs 2 more wins to to move on to the finals, I have no idea which team it's going to be.
And what an amazing position to be in, to be able to say that at this stage of the competition against a team as renowned to the community as AC Milan Clash. I mean, this really does open up so many doors to what could then go on to, play against Uchiha in the finals. It really is blowing the competition wide open and in a really lovely kind of way.
Yeah, there's no denying it. Again, I just keep talking about my surprise, but the cool thing about that is that I now have Reply to on my radar as one of these new great teams that I'm going to be keeping my eye on for monthly finals moving forward. Let's take a look at how they do now against AC Milan Clash, as we've got Frank, Max, and Rosa versus, well, Frank, Poco, and I can't even see the third player. It's not going to matter. AC Milan Clash has scored before they even spawned back in.
Wow, AC Milan Clash are off the mark. They've got to look to keep up this momentum. A great dodge from Guy, and then the smash, but the gadget is in play for Toro, and then Guy returns as well. Oh my word, I feel like that could have gone a lot worse. The Reply Totem, maybe it's his chance on goal here for a celebrating.
No way!
He gets the angle. What a shot from Reply Totem in response. Great plays from them.
I am loving these tankier compositions, Ark. This is crazy Brawl Ball gameplay. Guy gonna grab the ball and super straight back at Tommo. I think they've both used all three of their gadgets at this point, so no more blocking enemy supers that easily. But down go AC Milan Clash defenses, and in goes the ball. Reply Totem now ahead. The score is 3-2, and this is match point for them, heading on to the finals. That's insane!
I mean, if you break it down and really look at those Frank interactions in that matchup, you see the timing that both players, I know Gia was for Clash, I forget the Totem player playing Frank, but my goodness me, do they deserve that credit, because to be able to use that cancellation of the stun in the way that they were requires a ton of skill and practice and methodical calculation, and that was the reason why you saw those interactions going the way that they did in favor of Reply Totem for the majority of the time, because they were just spot on. Being on match point against Clash in a tournament like this, I mean, imagine what that will do for Reply Totem if they can continue on and be victorious today. I mean, getting coaching from PSG at this level is going to be so great for them to be able to benefit from.
Absolutely. I mean, depending on the team that receives the coaching, like, you look at this, the prize for this, and it's not prize pool, it's not money, it's coaching. But to a lot of people, that coaching is far more valuable than the amount that money would be able to buy you. The coaching could lead to even more of a successful career in Brawl Stars esports, which could eventually lead to plenty of other opportunities for money and prize money in the Brawl Stars Championship and other tournaments. So this is very exciting potentially.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be feeling good about this. They are now in a position where they can just keep things flowing and keep making good decisions. I've got to say, I do feel like a lot of their brawler comps and decision-making have been on point. They've been able to read Clash in a really smart and clever way here, and just kind of preempt what they might be thinking. I think that if you ask a lot of the best teams on the pro circuit, a lot of the battle is won in the actual match game lobby, and just kind of the way that things are starting to flow. And already we are seeing Reply Totem in a really great spot. It's going to be a goal foul. Shut down!
It's not! Chaos with the Sprout wall coming in, but Tonmo tried to just walk it all the way around anyway. It's not going to be enough. AC Milan Clash have shut down Reply for now. And I think sometimes when it comes to dealing with Slambulance, you get rid of that first attack, and actually you're looking good. AC Milan Clash are looking very good, and Tribor just scores. This is amazing. We might actually end up on 3-3 this match.
Probably did well there to ignore the Porter, actually, because there was not much HP there to be left for Clash at 89.
Oh my god.
Frank push, but this should be good for Soy against the shot.
Oh!
Not quite when he continued. Oh, the oh my word, I can't say. I feel like Clash right now are getting quite fortunate with their HP. There's been a couple of times where they've been able to survive on, and if that bubble has just done a little bit more damage, we might have seen a goal for Reply Totem, but they are still in a great spot to continue this aggression to avail to one potentially. There's 1 minute left to go.
Oh, the ball, though, has been locked in the corner by Chaos. What a beautiful wall. What can Reply Totem do about that? They just have to prepare for when the ball drops. How irritating. But BB grabs the ball. I don't think BB can be stopped. What?
I know, right? It's just constant action between these two teams. Good shutdown there from IKS of the wall, but the Bresson not slowing down. Getting gear out of the mix will be very important here.
That's a super.
That's
gonna do it. That's enough. Tonmo scores, and Reply Totem are your second finalists here for the PSG Cup. Amazing.
What a turn up for the books. My goodness me. Eddie, what do you make of that, man?
My words, that was an absolutely fire match. It was so close between those two teams. Honestly, dude, Reply Totem playing impressive. I said before we came into this match that Totem is one of those teams that somehow, you know, they're ranked way below Clash, but they've been beating Clash quite consistently across the last couple of months, and once again, they take us by surprise, if it's even a surprise at this point, and they take down the almighty Clash. Ark, how did you feel about this match? Is this how you expected it to go down?
I was maybe secretly hoping a little bit that the underdog would prevail. I think that we all love to see a great story, and what a story to see. You know, absolutely nothing against AC Milan Clash, who I absolutely adore and love, but I think even they will be, like, disappointed to have not made it to the grand finals, but I think happy to have lost to a commendable team like Reply Totem.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And also, as you guys said earlier, I feel like Reply Totem can use that coaching maybe to a bit more, to an effective way than Clash. It is already so strong at the moment. Falcone, what were your thoughts? I mean, obviously, you know, Clash were the favorites here. Were you also kind of cheering for the underdogs?
I don't know if I'd go as far as cheering for the underdogs. It's always fun to see an underdog team win, of course it is. But I just wanted the games to be as close as possible. And I tell you what, they did not disappoint at all. I'm very, very impressed by Reply Totem. It's difficult to put what I'm thinking into words right now, but this is a new team that, regardless of how the finals go, I've got my eye on them, and I can't wait to see what they achieve this year.
Yeah, that's for sure. Why don't you guys run us through the bracket before we move on to the grand finals?
Yeah, let's take a look at the bracket right now. If you just joined the stream, guys, this is how the day went and turned up. Oh, I think I saw your mic was a bit laggy there. Yeah, if we want to go back to the bracket real quick, we'll talk through how that went down. But the grand final, either way, is going to be Reply Totem versus Uchiha. Here we go with the quarterfinals then. Brosports had a really dominant first round and went through to our semis, and Uchiha Clan are going to be in our finals, so they had a fantastic day as well. AC Milan Clash won the first quarterfinal round, but then went down in the semis, as we just saw, to Reply Totem. So, I don't know, Falcone, I mean, what do you think of this next matchup? Well, where's it going to go?
I could not even begin to tell you. Two different halves of the bracket, both of which the power levels have been very difficult to gauge. I think it's quite clear that the AC Milan Clash Reply Totem game was always going to be a very, very close call. Uchiha Clan didn't really have much of a problem against Bro Sports, so I really don't know how to call this. I think the lower half of the bracket was stronger, but it's also very difficult to gauge just how good Uchiha Clan are. So I don't even want to try and call it Ark. But I'm going to say I think Reply Totem are going to say it all the way. Take it all the way. Put myself on the line here.
Where's your money at, Teddy?
I feel like this is going to be a really interesting one as well. I'm going to have to agree with Falcone. I think that Reply Totem overall are a bit more, you know, experienced and a bit more of the versatile team here amongst the two. So yeah, my prediction is going to go that way as well. Ark, what do you think?
Yeah, I think whatever happens, both of these two teams have deserved to get to this stage. I think that a Chip got to be scared of Reply Totem and what they're able to do and what they've demonstrated today, how much they clearly want this. They've got to keep that in the forefront of their minds here, but they've also had a great day as well. So I think there's going to be fireworks. I can't wait to see what both of these two teams bring, and whoever is victorious has thoroughly deserved to make it all the way.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like it's really beautiful here because both teams can absolutely use that coaching from PSG. Not that they're playing bad without them, obviously, but yeah, it's going to be a great extra asset for them to build up their future in competitive Brawl Stars.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think we're going to take a quick moment to have a break right now. And don't go anywhere, guys. Stay where you are. The grand final is yet to come, and it is going to be an absolute one that you do not want to miss.
People often ask, how can I do become a world championship winner? What must I do to get abs of steel and fist of fury? The answer? Gimnasio Primo! You will learn to summon strength, summon asteroids, and serve a spicy jalapeno knuckle sandwich to even the strongest of brawlers. Fight with a fuego in your heart. It will not be easy, but as El Primo once said, no pain, no gain, no glory. Gimnasio Primo. It's showtime.
If your pistol's bloody or your shotgun's jammed, just and hammer always here to lend a hand. If you want to be starved, it's your winning rate. John garage will make your brawling great.
For weapon repairs, upgrades, or even a hug from Mama Payne.
You have more energy, enough to run all the way to next year's finals. Yeah! You need max energy. I have so much energy right now because I have one of these bad boys. You'll run as fast as Max. Push! Did you see her? No! She's too fast for you. Hear those drums? Those aren't drums. That's my heartbeat. I'm just enjoying the effects of Max energy so much. So get up with your butt right now and try Max energy. It'll help you charge your way to the finals. For more information, talk to your nearest surge vendor right this second. Go, go, go! Max energy contains as much energy as getting hit by 12 like those. That's why it's called Max Energy. Consume responsibly.
We could tell you all about Spike Air, our new brawling shoe with explosive technology and a podium-perfect profile. We could tell you it's banned in 42 countries for unfair advantages in the Brawl Stars Championship. But we'll let Spike do the talking. Spike Air. Look sharp.
People often ask, how can I do become a world championship winner? What must I do to get abs of steel and fist of fury? The answer? Gimnasio Primo! You will learn to summon strength, summon asteroids, and serve a spicy jalapeno knuckle sandwich to even the strongest of brawlers. Fight with a fuego in your heart. It will not be easy, but as El Primo once said, no pain, no gain, no glory. Gimnasio Primo. It's showtime.
If your pistol's bloody or your shotgun's jammed, just and hammer always here to lend a hand. If you want to be starved, it's your winning rate. John garage will make your brawling great.
For weapon repairs, upgrades, or even a hug from Mama Payne.
You have more energy, enough to run all the way to next year's finals. Yeah! You need max energy. I have so much energy right now because I have one of these bad boys. You'll run as fast as Max. Push! Did you see her? No! She's too fast for you. Hear those drums? Those aren't drums. That's my heartbeat. I'm just enjoying the effects of Max energy so much. So get up with your butt right now and try Max energy. It'll help you charge your way to the finals. For more information, talk to your nearest surge vendor right this second. Go, go, go! Max energy contains as much energy as getting hit by 12 like those. That's why it's called Max Energy. Consume responsibly.
We could tell you all about Spike Air, our new brawling shoe with explosive technology and a podium-perfect profile. We could tell you it's banned in 42 countries for unfair advantages in the Brawl Stars Championship. But we'll let Spike do the talking. Spike Air. Look sharp.
People often ask, how can I do become a World Championship winner? What must I do to get abs of steel and fist of fury?
Alright guys, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the PSG Cup Finals. And now it's time for the finals. Two phenomenal teams that have battled their way to this final point. But only one of them will win, and only one of them will get that amazing PSG coaching. Ark, are you ready for this final match?
I was born ready, Falcone. I mean, it's been a fantastic day. I've got to say, there has been so many moments where teams have surprised us. There's been so many great variants in brawlers and comps that they've been running. So I've got to say, I think that today has been a lot more closely matched than many would have thought.
Yeah, I agree. It has been close. And on that same note, the question I want to ask you, Teddy, is I think you knew the players pretty well. You knew the teams pretty well coming into this. When you first glanced at the bracket, would this have been the finals that you would have expected?
It's a bit of an interesting story. I feel like tonight so far, it's a bit of an underdog story. If you look at Uchiha, most of us expected final stand to win in that first round, and now Uchiha's all the way in the grand finals. Totem, I don't think many expected them to win against Clash. So two underdog stories here tonight, but one of them, you know, in the end of the day is not going to be an underdog anymore.
Absolutely. Again, there's going to be one winner. It's going to be that winner is going to get coached by PSG. That's very, very exciting. And guys, I don't want to keep you guys at home waiting. Again, I'm going to get my popcorn ready. Hopefully I have a little bit longer to munch on it this time compared to the first match of the day. But Ark, Teddy, take it away.
Thank you very much, Falcone. Well, I mean, what a day. I mean, I just can't wait to see how this one ends and which team is going to get that training. And I just think it's too close to call, personally. I don't know about you, Teddy, but both teams today massively have exceeded my expectations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely the same for me. I feel like, there are teams that we could expect to go this far and to make it all the way to the grand finals, but they were not the favorites either. So, yeah, a bit of an interesting story there. As I said earlier, underdogs making it all the way up. And that's the most beautiful as well because, teams like Clash, the coaching would still be nice and it would still be fun, but it wouldn't be as much as a learning experience. It wouldn't be as valuable as it's going to be for either of the two teams now competing in the grand finals.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair thing to say and a really valid point, actually, because Clash got a big amount of infrastructure. So definitely, I think that's a really good thing to say. And looking at the lineup, what's to come, I mean, just to remind everyone, this is still a best of 7. We're going to be rotating through various brawlable maps along the way. The bans this time round, though, are Stu and Ruffs. So that opens up a few doors for brawlers like Byron and others that have been very troublesome today to maybe make an appearance.
Yeah, Byron has been a very strong brawler when he was not banned. Today he's not going to be played in that first game here as we have a bit of an early aggression from Reply Totem. Angie taking a bit of damage. The shot from Maori. The ball is in front of the goal. If Maori can catch it, that could be a goal. It's looking good. He does go down, but Tono is there to catch it anyways. And Totem start off with the lead.
Strong start for them, and I like the way that all the players really on Reply Totem side of things were pretty low towards the goal being scored in that instance. So, very cautious to stay in the mix, then not choke at the final moment. Maui putting down a nice turret there and just healing it up along the way. That's going to make a ton of pressure on the... Oh, did Maui just... Oh, he did! Maui just threaded the needle to give Reply Totem the second goal, tying up the first set.
Yeah, that was an impressive second goal. Totem starting off hot here in the grand finals. I would say, in my opinion, they are a bit of the favorites here, whereas in the previous match they were, the underdogs. So a bit of a different story here. It's looking good for them, Mark. Do you think that Uchiha have some comp changes to make coming into the next game?
It's definitely always something that's going to be on their minds. Like I said before, like the best teams are those which try to stay ahead of that game and try to predict in advance of what their opposition might pick in terms of brawler comps. And if they can do that, then that might definitely give them a chance to be able to hold their own, or failing that, they're going to have to kind of think through what the safest bet is. But then on the return side again, then that's something which could be easily foreseen and then countered. So lots of things to think about here. In terms of the meta, I've got to say there's a lot of brawlers that are still really viable to pick and a lot of variation to be had. We saw earlier just how well Barley was faring in Brawl. Byron's still in the cards as well. Amber, another really strong brawler. Mr. P. The list goes on and on and on. So either way, I feel like there's a lot of options. I think it's going to come down to skill.
All right, we'll see what they decide to go for. And there a lot of aggression early on, but defended very well by Uchiha. They managed to get the team wipe. And now it's going to be the Polish team pushing up, trying to find some opportunities, some gaps in that Italian defense. And Murray takes a lot of early damage, does survive. It's a 3-on-3 fight near that goal, but Tono is falling first. This is looking really good for Uchiha. So with the ball, with the kill as well. And that's going to be slowing things down.
That was a great opportunity for Uchiha as well, especially considering just how quick Reply Totem were off the mark. We barely got into the spectator after like 10 seconds had passed, and they were already going for a shot on goal. So credit to Uchiha to defend as well as they are right now. But again, the pressure's continuing to mount, and they are not slowing down. That is going to be another goal, surely, as Toro walks it over the line.
Beautiful plays from Reply Totem. I just want to point out, Soy on that BB has had such a magnificent impact for Reply Totem. First was that double kill defense that was really impressive in a 1 versus 2, and then afterwards to find a nice series of kills to open things up, to find a goal. So good stuff there from Soy and Reply Totem overall. Although Uchiha, they have a good push going their way here. Soy catches the ball, he's gonna fall, but Tono picks it up, is gonna try to shoot it away. No, it doesn't work out. That's gonna be a goal for Uchiha.
Gotta say, great from Uchiha. They are starting to adapt. I really like that Jesse turret that NG placed, and that put a ton of pressure on Tono, who is definitely, for me, a prime candidate to shut down, because those stuns pack a sting. And look at this, manhandling the Uchiha spawn to get the second goal on the cards.
Yeah, that was a great way to end this game. It's now already 2-0 for Reply Totem. They've made a bit of distance compared to Uchiha as they take a solid lead early on. I feel like it's definitely not too late here for Uchiha to come back, but do you think there's anything particular that they need here to even stand a chance?
A bit more patience, I would say. I think there was a couple of moments in that last game, at least, when they were able to kind of really advance on the spawn, but had they just held position rather than kind of making plays that were maybe just a little bit on the overly aggressive side of things, it might fare better for them just to kind of work more on their control. In that respect, something that AC Milan Clash were doing so well earlier today was kind of getting into that spot on the defensive line and holding it and waiting for the moment where you just cannot really not score the goal that you need. They're definitely showing good signs of promise for me. I mean, they're getting some momentum, they're shutting down some pushes and getting some good defensive maneuverability going on, but when it comes down to it, the scoreboard is what matters most, right? And at the moment, Reply Totem are just being consistent with that. But like you say, time is ticking, and like now's the time where they've really got to up their game.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with this format, best of 7, and only a best of 1 for each map. It can go really quickly, and if you're a bit slow to warm up, you are going to be in big trouble. And look at this, Reply Totem with 2 early kills. Mari pushing up, looking for the turret. That's a team wipe. Respawn from Angie. A bit of a miss there from Tono. Not sure what his intention was. He's going to fall to Angie, and that's going to be slowing things down now. Favoring Reply Totem a bit in positioning so far.
Yeah, Tono's trying to thread the needle, just kind of didn't quite judge the angle, and as a result, the ball ricochets off the side, but they have a chance to continue the pressure on it, so he can stay alive, but the porter says no on that left-hand side. Shutting it down is going to allow Rama a chance to kind of get this ball a little bit clearer now and assert some dominance. Getting his super is going to be a really important thing for him to do early on. I don't think he's running medical use either, so healing is definitely going to be on the cards as star power. I imagine will be extra Noxus. That buff has definitely done a lot of favours for Barley since the most recent balance changes.
Yeah, for sure. Reply Totem, though, on a good push here to kill onto Angie. That's a perfectly good play there from Totem. Oh my, combining the shot of the bull with the charged B shot. I mean, it's just so deadly. 3,000 damage that you can't even dodge because otherwise the ball just slips through.
Totem taking a ton of damage as well and forced to heal as a result. Soy getting some pressure from those pesky ports on the left as well. Maori there on the right-hand side struggled. We haven't seen him really struggling too much today with B. This is kind of the first time really where we started to see maybe a little bit of a shift going on. It's, for me, something that Uchiha have got to continue on now. Time is ticking and the goal is in favor of Reply Totem, so if nothing changes, this is going to go the way of Reply Totem.
Yeah, so far so good for the Italians. As Rama has a super going to be placing it, that's going to be some nice value, a kill as well. Dono, half HP, stuck in his goal. This should be a goal now indeed. Uchiha tying things up, and that's something going their way. And we're only 15 seconds away from overtime, Mark.
This is the thing now that is going to really lend itself fantastically well in Maori's favor here, especially with Super going into overtime. B is going to be able to do work. If he hits those shots and doesn't allow Chit's clan to push up the map, then this could be a perfect overtime comp for them. Let's see how it happens now, as the first sign of a defense is going to be on the shoulders of a Cheer clan, and it's a very good push coming in from Reply Totem. Consecutive shots from Maori, a takedown as well. Tony for support, he goes down, but Maori is the person to decide it all. Fantastic from Reply Totem.
Man, Maori on that B has put in some work in that game, and getting killed left and right. In the end, single-handedly opening up that defense by getting a nice double or maybe even a triple kill. I'm not even sure. It was all over the place. And that's the great thing about Totem so far. They've been consistently playing well individually. Like, all of them have had some insane moments, clutching up even when, their teamwork would fail a bit and they would be in danger. They were able to save it up with that individual talent they have.
Yeah, I mean, Reply Totem are just showing how good they are at persevering and just taking things slower, just being more calculated, and Maori made me my words a little bit. He was in a spot where he went down once, but then just showed just why he's so competent with that particular brawler. It's a really interesting one, especially with the current meta in Brawl, especially the tanks can be very overwhelming. They can be not just a great brawler for overtime, but a fantastic deterrent of those strong tanky poker double tank push that's going on there. So match point got to be mentioned for Reply Totem now, and making the grand finals look very straightforward for them, which is surprising because got to be mentioned. Actually, have done really, really well to get to this point, and it hasn't been an easy path for them either. But one game away now, and Reply Totem will take it.
Yeah, it's gonna be do or die for Uchiha, as they have no more space to work with. They need to win every single game here. That would be 4 in a row. That's 4 match points in favor of Reply Totem as we move on to the backyard bowl arc.
I was just gonna say, we haven't seen any fire on them with the Stu and Ruff's bans are the brawlers in motion in that respect. So as soon as we had the transition, I heard the puffs, and I figured, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Going into to backyard bowl, nothing nearly quite as forceful as the double tank Poco comps that we saw in the previous round. Pretty standard for me, and for range and 8-bits running on both lanes. Pretty standard, I would say, in terms of the comps. What we would tend to expect from backyard bowl. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all the 6 brawlers, I mean, it's not 6 in total, it's 4 different brawlers here that we have on screen. They're all really dominant on this map. Very, very solid options as we get a good pick there from Uchiha clan, getting a nice double kill. And she is low HP as well. The reset on his heel from Totem might make a bit extra space for Totem's third player to come back to this fight.
Great positioning of the ball from Reply Totem, getting it right up in the grill of the Cheer clan, who again need to stay alive. They've got to be doing more and creating more opportunities to be able to stand a chance of remaining in the competition. I've got to say, Reply Totem looking very, very dominant at the moment, and surely this is a matter of time before a goal, unless the Cheer clan can start to recollect themselves here.
Yeah, Mari is gonna be burning down. Oh, no, never mind. The heals are too powerful from Soy de Breza to keep him alive on that right side of the map. Super from Soy, that's a ton of value. 4,000 damage total across those two players. This is a good chance for Reply Totem to close things out, or at least take the lead in this game. But can they break that defense? That kill will help, but is it going to be enough?
Robin did so well to stay alive on only 200 HP, eventually going down. He was the brains behind the defense and able to respawn in now. I mean, just keeping this alive, but for how much longer as Soy de Breza gets another super over the top. The thumbs down from Toro says it all, and that is gonna be it. Reply Totem surely will take it now, and they are victorious in the PSG Cup.
Well, there you have it, guys. Reply Totem are going to take it all the way. I think our comments before that match about maybe the bottom half of the bracket just being a little bit stronger than the top half of the bracket did come to fruition, as that final match was a stomp. What did you think of that, Teddy?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I expected a bit more of a fight from Uchiha. They had some solid chances here and there. They were just not really able to convert any of that into an actual game on the scoreboard. So I think they played really well. Obviously, it goes without saying that Reply Totem absolutely dominant throughout the entire tournament. Even against some very tough opponents, they managed to pull through with a solid performance. And I think they can be very proud of themselves.
And Ark, is this the result that you expected? And do you think the Reply Totem are going to be able to really utilize that coaching?
I think that is going to go a long, long way. And, I mean, you've got to now think to yourself, right? Reply Totem did so well today, and to perform as well as they did, especially against, like, the might of teams like AC Milan Clash, so commendable. What are they going to be able to do with that coaching on top of that from PSG? That is going to be something which I am really looking forward to seeing in the near future present itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I feel somewhat proud of the team, which is kind of strange, but coming through as somewhat of an underdog, beating AC Milan Clash, who I would have called the titans of this tournament, you know, the team to beat, and just coming through and dominating and then winning in the end with such a powerful showing. You know, Teddy, I think PSG might have a run for their money. Maybe it's actually Reply Totem that are going to be coaching PSG. What do you think?
That would be a pretty fun story, but to be honest, especially for those that are a bit less familiar with the competitive scene, Reply Totem have kind of been stuck in the last couple of months, just not good enough to make it to the monthly finals, and I'm honestly hoping for them that with that extra coaching from PSG, maybe next month we start seeing them in the monthlies.
All right, well, you two, why don't you guide us through the bracket and one more time announce the winners?
Teddy, take it away, man.
All right, well, it was a pretty long day with some amazing Brawl Ball matches. First off, Bro Sports, easy win against Straw Hat. Some closer matches afterwards, Uchiha Clan beating Finals and Esports. AC Milan Clash was a good win against the Dutch team 5 Uur MM. And then Senpai just falling to Reply Totem. Afterwards, we moved on to the semifinals. That was Uchiha Clan with a solid win against Bro Sports. Reply Totem winning against the favorites of today, AC Milan Clash. And then obviously, you guys just saw it. The grand finals were won by Reply Totem, beating Uchiha Clan 4-0.
I just want to say I love the pronunciation that Teddy gave there. It's just absolutely on point for 5-hour matchmaking.
Well, there you go. One more time, a huge congratulations to Reply Totem, the winners. They will be getting their coaching from PSG. But before we go, Teddy, what have you thought of the gameplay tonight? Have you been impressed?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such a great opportunity because there were a lot of teams that are, you know, a bit struggling to make their way up in competitive. And with a prize like this on the line, it's just such a good opportunity for them. So much more valuable than just straight up cash. And I think it's just great, man. They played really well. We had some nice underdog stories, which, you know, if you look at an event, that's what makes it super exciting. And I think we were served, man.
Absolutely. And Ark, I mean, this is just another amazing Brawl Stars event, but Brawl Stars Esports is really kicking it into overdrive. We've got a lot to look forward to, right?
Oh, I mean, the competition this year has been blown wide open, and this is why, it's such a great thing for me to see new faces, new teams, new names making a name for themselves in every aspect of Brawl Esports, as we've seen today present itself in such a glorious way. It's a really exciting time, I think, to be in the core of what it means to be a competitive player from both a spectator's perspective and to be able to experience the level of competitiveness now that is taking form. So many things going for teams and players, and it's just going to be one fantastic ride to watch as the year goes on.
It is indeed. Right, well, for now, I want to give the biggest thank you to PSG Esports for hosting this wonderful event. Of course, as always, we have to give a shout out to Supercell, the wonderful company that made all of this possible by creating such an amazing game. So thank you, Supercell. Thank you to all of the players and all of the teams for competing. Thank you to everyone at home watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed the event as much as we have. And thank you to Ark and Teddy for casting with me. You've been great company. But now, from ourselves, from Ark, from Teddy, from me, from our production team, from everyone involved with this event, we really hope that you've enjoyed, and we'll see you again next time.